Good evening, viewers. I am ALANA NADIR with Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. Beginning with news in Trinidad and Tobago. The botched robbery on 2 prison officers at Claxton Bay resulted in a grim fate for the alleged criminals, both 18 years old. One suspect was killed and the other was shot in the back and is hospitalized. A senior police officer told the Express that the bullet is lodged in the spine of the injured suspect and he has been rendered paralyzed in the lower limbs. Police said the alleged deceased bandit was identified as Israel Romel Polo, 18 of Pongalo Road, Port 14. His suspected accomplice of Coconut Drive, La Romaine, is hospitalized and under police guard. A police report said that at around 8:30 p.m., a prison officer who is attached to the Golden Grove prison met one of his colleagues in the car park of Annie's Roti Shop. The colleague was seated in a silver Kia Rio when 2 men armed with firearms approached and announced a hold-up. The thieves robbed one of the prison officers of money and a cell phone, and the second prison officer of cell phone, cash, and the vehicle. One of the prison officers discharged his licensed firearm in the direction of the thieves as they attempted to escape in the car which they stole. The thieves crashed the vehicle a short distance away. Still with news in Trinidad and Tobago. Come 2022, the bodies of COVID-19 fatalities will be stored at a mass facility in Freeport, according to Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parsram. President of the Funeral Practitioners Association, Keith Belgrove, told Guardian Media that while the site is a partnership between the Ministry of Health and the association, the group will be the ones managing it. He said the site will begin operations come January 1st. The location is in Freeport, and what is being done is that they are preparing a warehouse that can accommodate at least 200 persons there, and it can be easily expanded to take up to 300 persons. Now for news in Barbados. Minister of Health and Wellness, Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic, has once again expressed a willingness to meet with embattled nurses to end the nearly 3 weeks of industrial action. However, he has hinted that such decisions cannot take place while nurses are off the job. His comments came hours after a press conference in which he underscored that the need for trade unions to adhere to acceptable procedures. Ongoing strike action involving nurses aligned with the Unity Workers Union UWU continued on Tuesday despite a number of promised reforms the day before from Minister Bostic that aligned with the union's requests. And finally, some international news. The United Kingdom government announced Wednesday it is buying millions of doses of the new COVID treatment pills as the Omicron variant takes hold while cutting the isolation period for positive cases. The government said it has signed deals to buy 4.25 million courses of 2 new antiviral drugs which will be available early next year. This comes on top of the government announcement in October of the procurement of several hundreds of thousands of doses and was hailed as a mammoth deal by Health Secretary Shahid Javid. And that concludes this evening's edition of the Regional News. I'm ALANA NADIR. Thank you for joining.